Your engine's running rough, fuel economy drops, and you think, maybe it's time to clean the MAF. Sounds simple, right? A quick spray, a little wipe, and problem solved. Wrong. Because one small mistake can fry that sensor in seconds. From using the wrong cleaner to spraying too close or reinstalling it wet, drivers ruin MAFs every day without realizing it. Stick around because the cleaning tricks you're about to see can destroy your MAF in seconds. Mechanics have been warning about these for years. And at the end, we've got a bonus tip most drivers overlook. A simple habit that silently kills sensors even faster. Number 5. Never use household cleaners on your MAF sensor. A lot of car owners take pride in keeping their engines spotless, and rightfully so. But when it comes to cleaning the mass airflow sensor, enthusiasm can do more harm than good. The MAF sensor isn't just another part to spray and wipe. It's one of the most sensitive components in your vehicle's entire fuel management system. It constantly measures how much air enters the engine, sending that data to the computer to balance fuel and air for perfect combustion. When it's clean, your engine runs smoothly, delivers good mileage, and responds exactly how it should. But when it's not, the entire system stumbles. Here's where things go wrong. Many people think they can clean the MAF with whatever's lying around in the garage, WD-40, carb cleaner, or even window cleaner. The problem is that these products were never designed for precision electronics. The MAF's sensing elements are extremely fragile and coated with specialized materials that react badly to harsh solvents. Just one round of the wrong cleaner can corrode the film, leave invisible residue, or burn the sensor's protective coating. The result is a sensor that reads airflow incorrectly, making the car run rich or lean. You might not notice it immediately. Maybe the idle feels rougher. Maybe the fuel economy drops. But before long, that check engine light shows up, and your mechanic tells you the MAF is fried. At that point, the $10 you thought you were saving has turned into a replacement bill closer to $200. Mechanics see it all the time. Well-meaning owners who tried to clean it themselves and ended up damaging it beyond repair. The right move is simple. Always use a dedicated MAF sensor cleaner. It's formulated to evaporate quickly, leave no residue, and protect those delicate sensing wires. A few gentle sprays are enough. Let it air dry, reinstall it, and your engine will thank you every time you hit the gas. But even with the right cleaner, sometimes hands cause damage. Number 4. Never touch or scrape the MAF sensor. If there's one rule that separates seasoned car guys from weekend cleaners, it's this: never touch your MAF sensor. The temptation is real. You pull it out, see a little dirt, and think a quick wipe will make it spotless. But that's where things go downhill fast. The mass airflow sensor isn't a spark plug, and it definitely isn't a part that benefits from a little extra help. Inside that small piece of plastic sits one of the most fragile components in your entire car. Those tiny sensing wires are thinner than a strand of hair, and they're what tell your engine exactly how much air it's breathing. But they're also unbelievably easy to damage. Even the lightest touch from a cotton swab, a brush, or your finger can bend or scratch them. Once that happens, the sensor forgets what airflow is, and your car's computer starts guessing instead of knowing. That's when fuel mixtures go wrong, idle gets rough, and your once smooth ride starts to feel like it has a cold. Ask any mechanic, and they'll tell you they've seen it all. MAF sensors cleaned with Q-tips, toothbrushes, and even rags. Every one of those stories ends the same way: a damaged sensor and a frustrated owner. There's no repairing it, no bending it back, no quick fix. Once the filament or film is disturbed, it's done. The only right way is the easy way. Use a proper MAF sensor cleaner, spray it from a safe distance, and let it do the job. The chemicals are designed to lift dirt and evaporate cleanly without leaving residue. You don't need to touch a thing. Let it air dry completely before reinstalling it, and you'll avoid a costly mistake. Sometimes, the smartest maintenance move is knowing when not to get hands-on. And if touching it's risky, spraying too close is worse. Number 3. Don't spray too close to the MAF sensor. This is another cleaning mistake that starts with good intentions and ends with a new parts bill. You've got your can of MAF sensor cleaner in hand, ready to give it a quick blast. But if you're one of those people who believes more is better, that nozzle could do more harm than any dirt ever did. Spraying too close or with too much pressure is one of the easiest ways to destroy a perfectly good mass airflow sensor. The MAF works using thin wires, or a film that detects how much air flows into the engine. These elements are unbelievably delicate, and they don't need a high-pressure chemical shower to stay clean. When you spray too close, that strong jet of cleaner can actually bend or crack the sensing wire. Even a small misalignment changes how it understands airflow, confusing the ECU and sending your air-fuel ratio completely off. The result is poor throttle response, unpredictable idling, and a fuel economy drop that feels like punishment. Another thing people forget is that most MAF sensor cleaners are designed to work by chemical action, not brute force. You don't need to blast dirt off like it's mud on a fender. The cleaner dissolves grime on contact and evaporates fast, leaving no residue behind. Think of it more like a rinse, not a power wash. A few light sprays from 6 to 8 inches away is all it takes. Mechanics often say they can tell when someone went too close for comfort. The sensor looks fine from the outside, but once tested, it reads airflow like it's guessing numbers in the dark. And when that happens, your engine starts compensating in all the wrong ways. Too much fuel, too little air, and performance that feels off no matter how much you drive. So keep your distance. Let the cleaner do its job the way it was designed. Gentle, even sprays, no scrubbing, no close-range blasts. It's a small detail that can save you hundreds of dollars and hours of frustration down the line. Still, distance alone won't save you if patience runs out. Number 2. Don't reinstall the MAF sensor before it's fully dry. Patience isn't the most exciting part of working on a car, but when it comes to cleaning your MAF sensor, it's the difference between doing maintenance and causing a problem. Too many people finish spraying the cleaner, give it a few seconds, and pop the sensor right back in. It feels efficient until the car starts stumbling, idling rough, or refusing to start. That's when you realize that a bit of leftover cleaner can do far more harm than the dirt you just removed. The MAF sensor relies on ultra-sensitive electrical elements to measure airflow and temperature. When moisture or solvent is still present, it interferes with the sensor's ability to detect air accurately. In some cases, the leftover liquid can even short the circuitry when you reconnect the harness and start the engine. It doesn't take a lot. Just a trace of residue can skew readings, confuse the ECU, and trigger that check engine light that every driver dreads. Even though MAF sensor cleaners are made to evaporate quickly, quickly doesn't mean instantly. Every manufacturer recommends waiting several minutes after cleaning to let all the solvent flash off completely. Some mechanics even use compressed air at a distance. Well, not to blow dry the sensor, but to help move air around it while avoiding direct pressure on the delicate wires. The goal is a completely dry, residue-free surface before reinstallation. If you rush the process, the damage can show up right away or creep in slowly. You might start noticing poor throttle response, bad fuel economy, or misfires that seem to come and go. At that point, most people blame the cleaner itself when the real issue was impatience. The fix is simple. Take your time. Set the sensor aside on a clean towel. Let it dry for at least 15 to 20 minutes, and only reinstall once you're absolutely sure it's bone dry. It's a small wait that can save you from big headaches, and keep your engine running exactly the way it should. Now, if you think rushing it is risky, wait till you see what happens when people clean the MAF without even removing it. But before we jump in, make sure to like and subscribe for more car insights every week. Number 1. Never clean the MAF sensor while it's still installed. Here's one of those shortcuts that seems harmless until it backfires. A lot of drivers figure they can just pop the air intake open, point a can of cleaner at the sensor, give it a few sprays, and call it a day. It sounds efficient, saves time, and avoids unplugging anything, but cleaning an MAF sensor while it's still installed is a guaranteed way to cause trouble later. The mass airflow sensor sits between the air filter and the throttle body, and it's designed to measure the amount of air passing through with incredible precision. When you spray cleaner directly into the housing without removing the sensor, the solvent doesn't just hit the tiny sensing elements. It also splashes into the air intake, drips into electrical connectors, and sometimes even reaches the throttle body or intake manifold. That can lead to residue buildup, electrical shorts, and misfires that are difficult to trace. Even worse, the pressure from the spray can push dirt deeper into the housing or onto the sensing wires instead of removing it. Some drivers end up doing more harm than good. The dirt shifts, the residue spreads, and the sensor forgets the one job it has. Before long, the car starts idling rough, the check engine light appears, and the mechanic gets to break the bad news that the quick clean just turned into a replacement job. Removing the MAF before cleaning isn't complicated or risky. Most are held in place by 2 small screws and a simple electrical connector. Once out, you can clean it properly from every angle using a dedicated MAF cleaner, let it dry fully, and reinstall it with confidence. It takes maybe 10 extra minutes, but it eliminates all the risk that comes with spraying cleaner through the intake tube like a fire hose. Mechanics also agree on this one. Always take it out first. Cleaning in place might feel convenient, but convenience doesn't keep your engine running smooth. Patience, precision, and the right cleaner will. And now, let's get into the bonus tip we promised you. Never blow dust with compressed air. Many people grab a compressed air gun to blow dust off their engine bay or sensors. Sounds harmless, right? But that high-pressure air can push grime and moisture deeper into connectors and sensors instead of removing it. Worse, it can spin debris at high speed, scratching delicate parts like the MAF or throttle plate. If you must clear dust, use a soft brush or low-pressure blower instead. A few seconds of restraint can prevent hundreds of sensor replacements later. So, the next time your engine starts acting up, remember, cleaning the MAF isn't about speed, it's about precision. Did you find this video helpful? Tell us in the comments below. And if you want to learn more interesting car facts, click here for our next video. Thanks for watching.